Yeah. Yeah. It's the return of the wild style fashion.
Welcome to International Online Hockey League Season number 5, Episode 3, with your boy Doctori and my main man Pandora. Man, it's welcome back, man. I missed you last week. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Excellent.
How are you?
I gotta give you a little shout out. I heard you got accepted to a fine college, man. Where you going?
I'm going to Indiana University.
Good school, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, what we have today, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break down. Pandora's going to break down the Central and Pacific divisions for the playoff push. Give a little shout out to some players who don't get any love at all. And where you want to start today? Up to you, Pandora. You want to go Central or Pacific first?
Oh, let's tackle the Pacific.
Okay. So what I'm looking for, Pan, is give me your 3 picks and your wild card if you can. I know I'm kind of put you on the mix because the stats are down and all that, but you have good insights, man, and so give me some love. What do you got?
Well, you obviously have Los Angeles up there. No one's really shown them much in that division. I don't think that's going to change much heading into the last part of the season. You got San Jose, huge turnover there. Just fired their whole management, and we'll see what happens there. Then you got Anaheim, who just traded for Meat Top Cheese. And let me tell you, we played against them maybe Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Their goalie, an absolute stud. I believe he had just come off shutting out Tampa Bay, and then he came and we won that game 1-0 in the last minute of the game. So he's standing on his head right now. If he can keep that up, they can get somewhere.
You remember his gamer tag?
Let her come.
Good job, dude. Welcome to the league, man. Keep it up, by the way. Keep it up. What else you got for me, Dave?
Honestly, if we're talking about wild card, I don't think we need to be looking in the Pacific Division. I think those 3 teams, and that's about it.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so just for the recap. So at the Pacific, we're looking at the Kings, Sharks.
Yep.
What about the Canucks, man? Anything about the Canucks? I heard they're on the rebound. I heard they're putting pieces together.
I still don't think they have the manpower to do it, but prove me wrong.
And the Ducks.
Yeah, Ducks.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, all right. We'll just move on from the Ducks then. So, talk to me about the Central then. Dun dun dun.
You got St. Louis.
Legion of Doom. Who else?
Apparently, that's what I've heard, but
hey,
obviously,
you gotta give them a little love.
Tops.
You gotta give them some love, man. I mean, last year they were in the conference championships, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, who else you got for me?
You got St. Louis up there. Not a lot of challengers right now. I'd hope to see that change. I think Central's really strong. I think they're capable of doing that.
Okay.
You get Minnesota. Minnesota's been good. They've been on a run ever since they got rid of Daddy Protein.
I don't know the correlation. I don't know the correlation, so I'll figure it out later.
I'm still on Minnesota. No, they're good. They've played us tough when we've played them. They've been playing well recently. Then you got Winnipeg. Winnipeg's, from my understanding of what I've heard, they've been a really streaky team. They'll go on a win streak, and they'll lose a few games, and they'll go on another huge win streak. But they're definitely capable. They just made a few trades. I think it's going to solidify their defense. So they're doing well over there. Wild cards.
Because you were saying that. I mean to cut you off, man. You were saying that the 2 wild cards are going to be coming from the Central Division, right?
I believe so. I believe the Central's that strong.
Okay, and who are they, by the way? Just kind of curious.
I'm going to have to go with Dallas.
Okay,
they have a lot of experience playing with each other over there. About last 3 seasons, with the exception of a couple players here or there, they've had basically the same unit. So they know they have the chemistry. They know what each other are doing. So I have to give them credit. They're still up there. They're still fighting. I think they're going to make it. And then Chicago, who I think underachieved a little bit at the beginning of the season. I think they're better than what their record was. But they're starting to put some wins together here. Just made a huge trade and to get NJ Filthy one. So I think they're primed to make a run here. Um, yeah, like I said, I think Central is just far and beyond the better division there.
what about
But
the
who
what
knows?
about
Prove me wrong.
how about the Jets? We didn't give any love out to the Jets.
I talked about the Jets.
Did you? My bad. Oh, you know what it was? It was Nashville.
I don't know.
Okay.
I heard they're getting a pretty big scrub to play defense for them. So
I heard he's a problem child. Everywhere he goes, he causes problems. I mean, that's the
I
word.
agree.
That's the word I heard. I heard he's a diva. A diva, they calling him.
Wouldn't put it past them.
So let me tell you about Carney's picks last week. I'm just going to compare him with yours. So what he's saying to me was for his six, he didn't give me any wild cards. Was St. Louis, Legion of Doom, L.A. the Syndicate, Dallas, Ducks, San Jose, and the Jets. So not too far off. Any argument with that?
Oh, I believe you have to put Minnesota there in the Central.
I do too.
They're a strong team.
I do too. Excellent. How about some love for the Central and Pacific? Any players you want to give a little love out, shout out to, besides your team?
Gurndeep, Minnesota. I know
Okay.
still a lot of people don't talk about him. He's pretty good.
I know I kind of put you on the spot on that. I know it's hard because the stats are down and all that, but
Yeah.
but you have a good
Shout out
insight.
to Burns as well for
Okay.
all the shit he's had to put up with to keep that ship floating.
Burnsy,
Well, him. Yep.
keep your head up, Burnsy. Yeah, he's doing well, man. It's tough. It is so tough because they had the night of the long knives. A lot of managers this week got summarily canned, as they would say.
Yep. LA had that happen too. They actually, I think, mutinized, if that's a word, their owner. So.
Oh, I know about those coups. Trust me, I know about those military coups that happen on teams.
Oh yeah.
Anything else, man? Anything else you want to say before I go on my tirade?
I'd say your tirade is
Okay.
Yeah, you can find us where the party's at. This is how we roll.
The next segment is Pandora's Box. Pan, take it away. What do you got for me?
Well, we got a few things I want to talk about this week. First one being the MyStats issue.
Okay.
Please stop blaming us. It wasn't our fault. There's nothing we could have done. MyStats is a third-party stat hosting site, and we don't control their servers or their security. So there's nothing we could have done in that case. The only way to prevent that would have been to not blacklist a player who deserved to be blacklisted. So it's really not our fault. And quit bitching at us to get it done. I don't personally do anything on it. Because that's how sensitive they are with the trust. I don't have any access to my stats whatsoever. They don't trust almost anyone with that. So
Right.
The security on our end was not the issue. But the guys who do have been working their asses off to get it done, and it's a pain in the ass to do it. So please stop bitching at them. And also, there's been a few mistakes that we've made during this process, but for the most part, we've gotten everything done on time. And we've still come up on our end, so please, if you could just settle down with that. Next thing I want to talk about is the real-life Western Conference Finals. Doc, who you got in Game 7?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment. I want to hear your insights and thoughts, sir.
Yeah, I'm incredibly biased here, so I don't know what this means.
No, Pandora, you? No, that's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. So let me hear it anyhow. Let me just, so the viewers can hear the insight. What do you got for me?
I've got Hawks by about 3 in Game 7. At least. They're not fucking around anymore. Yeah, they went down 3-1. They did the same thing last year. They won the Cup. I don't want to hear it. Brent Seabrook for Conn Smythe. Slayer of the Bacchus, Lord of Men.
Lord of Men.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. No, that's not biased at all, by the way. I think that's really...
No.
I'm glad you
Not
took yourself
at all.
away from that, being a fan and putting yourself... I like that. Man. Oh, you know what you can do for me? Can you just talk real quick, going back to the stats issue on your Pandora's box here? So when a person gets waived or traded or whatever, can you just talk? So I think the viewers want to know I don't think they realize how many steps it takes to make sure everything is right in the workbook and in the roster, and then you get the salary cap issues and all that. Could you just walk me through that real quick?
Are you talking about like when a trade's made?
Yes, please.
Okay, so obviously the first thing that we have to do is get the players switched on the website,
Okay.
so they have access to their locker room, and so we have to update their ranks and everything. So there's that step. The next step is we have to update the Google Docs, and so we have to obviously go edit the Google Docs, make sure the money's correct, make sure everything transfers correctly, make sure there's no one going over the cap, no one going over the roster limit or under the roster limit in that transaction. Obviously, my stats has to be changed, and obviously that's a pain in the ass right now. And then there's also we have to go approve it in the forms, and we have to let the people know that it happened. So there's a lot of steps involved, and we have to do that twice because it's two sides. And that's only for a 1-to-1 trade. If there's more than two players involved, then...
I'm talking about three-way trades, right?
Oh, and three-way trades.
Forget about it. Right.
Yeah.
And, it takes so many steps. And I know, Captain Clutch, a shout-out to you, man, because I know you've been putting lots of work in, man, and no one seems to give you a little love, so you're getting a little love from me. I know Sir Mike Knight has been busting his tail, too, many, many hours. Rav,
Yep.
by the way, also I want to thank you for the new website design on the homepage. It looks sharp, dude. It looks tight. Thank you. Anybody I'm missing? Besides you, Dave, I heard you put a nice little chunk of work in just recently, too.
I don't really do much, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm just a corrupt commission training.
You do more than I do, that's for sure, and you keep me in line, so that's a good job. That's a hard job. Anybody else, any commissioners that have been really busting their tail league staff, besides Tribe and all those boys? Anybody we missing that we don't usually
I don't think there's really been anyone that's slacking.
I don't think so either, because I don't think people realized how bad that dude. He came back 3 different times and hacked the site too. So, the day is coming because you hacked it 3 different times. There's 3 different incidences. So, Tank filed the police report. When somebody comes knock on your door, just be ready. Just be ready, because if you think that we're going to allow you to hack the system 3 times and you're not going to have some type of action upon you, you're sadly mistaken. So it's coming to you. Karma is coming to you. Anything else you want to leave on Pandora's box? How's the race going? I know you keep looking. Tell me, how's the race going?
The race is over.
Oh,
I'm
my
watching
God.
the Brooks game now.
Oh.
Last thing in Pandora's box
shit.
is the lack of highlights that we have been sent
Thank you.
for our next segment of the show. The only team that has sent us anything is St. Louis.
Correct.
And we take pride in our radio show, and we would like to involve all the teams. But if you guys don't want to send in any replays,
It'll be
you
all...
want us
Yes,
to
sir.
also produce a cocksucking fest of
Thank
one
you.
team in the conference.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. No, kidding.
Not saying any names, but
Well,
if you want us to do exactly that, then go
Exactly.
ahead. Don't send anything in. But if you don't, we're just gonna suck St. Louis's cock the whole time. So
They took their time out, right? I mean, Dinkus and Hab, those guys took their time out and sent me clips in. I could do a whole show on the St. Louis Blues, and if no one sends any clips in, I get it. But they're going to get their show up because that's just fair, right? They took their time out, they sent it to us, and we told you guys, you sent it to us, Dave and I, that we would post it. So right now, I don't want to be a St. Louis Legion of Doom highlight reel, but it's looking like that. So please send them in, guys. Please send them in. Anything else, Dave, Pandora's box?
nothing. But
Okay.
speaking of cocksucking rants,
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't give a
Starks here,
fuck,
and that's
I'll
where
give
my
it a
segment comes up. I just recently watched the East Coast radio show. Now some might say there might be a media war or 2 different shows going at it. I'm not going to get into that hype. What I'm going to address though is Red Wing in the last show talking about the CBJ and a certain player named Steve-O. Now Steve-O, you are a good player. There's no doubt about that. I have no qualms about that. I'm not arguing your skill. What I'm arguing about is Red Wings just gobble, 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 just gobbling your name. You're the first name that came out of his mouth? Really? All the players in this league? A couple hundred guys, and Steve-O is the first one. And the love fest that the East Coast is having on the CBJ is ridiculous. So, what I'm saying is that next time I watch the East Coast radio show, I don't want to see a Bukake video. Okay, I don't want to hear anything more. We know that they're the evil empire. We get it. We get it. And to be the man, you got to beat the man. They got the belt. We understand that. But doesn't mean you have to give them a love fest. And speaking of that, Carolina. Why is the cartel not getting any love? Why is Carolina not mentioned any time on the East Coast radio show? Now, I'm not doing this because Dave is a friend of mine. I'm doing this because I haven't seen any love for Carolina. That's all I got to say for the Puck Stops Here segment. Is that show any good, by the way? What's the score, Dave?
Top of the first.
Anything else you'd like to talk about with the East Coast radio show?
I don't endorse any of your comments,
Thank
nor
you,
do I
sir.
disagree with them.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Boy, you're getting so politically correct. Anything else you want to leave out? Do we forget anybody? Did we forget any shout-outs to any certain players we'd like to talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Folks, don't forget, send us your tweets or shoot us an email on Dr.
Oh, yeah, talk about the new Twitter handle.
Oh, please do. What do you want to know about it?
No, you're the one who set it up, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it going, and it's actually for the Iohl. It's for if you just want to join on Twitter. Actually, it's on the homepage. And the idea of it right now is that so when we have games coming up, what I want to do is like shoot you guys just updates for when the game's going on during the 10:30 to 11:15 game. So what my goal is, if you guys send me tweets, I'm going to retweet them or post them and tell me what the scores are, who won, and who lost, and all that. And that's really going to be beneficial for the playoffs because people want to know really quick what's the deal. So that's why tweets up, and send in your love, man. Send in your love. Anything else, sir?
Oh, I believe we are about to have hockey gods here on this show, so stay tuned for that.
You got hockey. Yes, we do got hockey gods, and we got Dinkus coming up too, and they're going to respond to all this stuff about the East. They feel that the West is finally here. The West is coming up, and they're taking the belt. So I'm looking forward to it. Man, it's going to be good competition. And once again, Carolina will be in the playoffs. The cartel will be there. I know you're not going to like it, but it's the deal. And no, they're not paying me either, Bart, for saying that. Once again, hey, welcome back, Dave. I missed you last week, man, and great show as usual. Thank you for taking your Saturday out and spending time with me, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Oh, yeah, anytime.
And I will see you next week, sir.
It's on so you can swerve when it's heard in clubs. Thought patterns displayed on Persian rugs. Equations are drawn up in paisley form. Micah, stay warm, my flow is avion. Deep as the Nautilus. You stay dipped in raw style from the shores of Long Island to Panama Canal.